Yeah. Please do not attempt to perform any of the stunts or activities in this show, as Will says they're dangerous.
I don't even know what they are.
And completely not serious. Video submissions of any kind are not accepted by One Side of the Coin or Heads or Tails Gaming.
He's already cracking up.
I
Hey
forgot
everybody,
my lines too.
welcome to One Side of the Coin. I'm your host, Steveo the Gamer. With me as always, my co-host.
Backtack.
And tonight we have a very special guest. If you don't know this man, then maybe you shouldn't be watching the show or
That's sad.
Genesis or whatnot.
You don't know him, it's sad.
Let's give a warm welcome to the ever so legendary best Genesis player ever, Will Kemp.
Hello.
Yeah, that's quite the title for you, eh?
Yeah. So is the title. I saw the title of the stream too.
Yeah,
Best
exactly.
Epiphany player.
Best Epiphany player. Yes. So Will Smith is, Will Smith. I'm tired too. Will, don't smack anybody. Against yourself. Will Kemp is also one of the co-founders of the Epiphany show. Has that launched?
We launched one episode. We hit the holidays, and we're gonna get back on track in 2023. So.
In 2023, a lot of stuff getting back on track for 2023. So that's our primary topic for this evening. So a lot of announcements have been made by Haunted Castle Gaming, and I hope that made you mess up. You're supposed to.
I am.
Anyway, a lot of announcements have been made
It's old geesy.
this past week, or since January 1st, I should say. What is that?
Olgie, see, he's got
It's the Olgie with Captain America. Why does it say, let's cross out this one off your list?
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, technical difficulties there. So a lot of announcements have been made. I think I've said it 3 times now already. By Haunted Castle Gaming on the website, as well as the other show that this guy hosts, ETL, Exploring the Libraries, which is run every Tuesday evening, roughly about 6.
We start at 7 and we
7.
go to about
At
8,
7.
8:05, depending on.
On time. Yeah, I know you try to speed things up right at the end. I noticed when watching the show. So let's take a look. So Invasions, we were first introduced at the Day of Beckoning.
Right.
Last year's. It's hard saying last year. It
Yeah,
was like
it's crazy.
like literally
It's a
like a
couple
week
months
or so ago.
2 months ago.
2 months ago, was when the championship, the 2022 championship had occurred. So Invasions was announced that it's coming this year. And we had gotten a close look at 3 of the new champions, the Demons, which is
Proteus was one.
Proteus,
Harlequin.
and Catanius.
Yeah.
Yes, Catanius. This is the
I
hardest
can
one to
never remember that
can't
one. I remember
that
the
one
other
either.
2, and it's
So we got a close look at those.
look at that.
But that was it. So basically, recently, so we're going to take a look at the website here. Invasions, releasing Q2 2023. Now, they haven't set a date, so Q2 starts as early as April 1st.
Yeah.
April, May, June.
Yeah.
So April, May, June is when we're anticipating the release of Invasion, which is 3 months away. Do you think now with the announcement of Q2, do you think they're going to have a secondary set for the year 2023? I know you kind of touched base on it. Are we going to?
Yeah. I think it is possible to have, but I think if we're looking at, I'd rather be looking at a Q1 release and then a Q3 release.
I was going to say
Q2, you can do a Q4, but Q4 is basically
You're going to be cutting
December, November, October, right? So is it going to come out right before the championship? Does it come out at the championship? Does it come out at Christmas? Like, it's sort of a weird. It's not an ideal time, I would say. Like 1-3 would be kind of more ideal, but
right.
So I don't know. We'll have to see. This might not be the 2 set year.
Right.
But we don't know
which
that.
we're kind of hoping for, but I mean, we're
if
gonna.
it came out in April.
If it came out, first thing in April, potentially you could look at the very beginning of Q4 prior to the championship.
Like October.
But we're going to
September,
run into that whole situation
End of September, beginning of
again,
October.
whereas like the same thing with their Origins. coming out right before the championship. Is there going to be enough time to get familiar outside of the Future League with the actual set prior to competing for the championship? So she's already shaking her head. Yeah, there was a bit of a struggle, right?
There is, and where the product gets to, how long it gets to the different spots, especially when you're looking at like a worldwide sort of, different places where the game is going, right?
Right.
That doesn't mean that you can't have the set released, but then the championship it just may not be
legal for.
Right. But again, I would say that would also not be ideal, because people will just wait or won't purchase the product right away then. But, so.
Like if we have
I don't think it would. Sorry.
No, if we have the two sets, right? Like one come out like quarter two, like beginning of April, and then we have another one say come out like at the beginning of like October, mid-October before the championship. Everyone's just gonna use the first set that came out. Like no one is gonna.
Or there'll be the one or two pieces, and it'll be the.
Unless they sit there for 5 hours or like 7 hours studying the whole set and reading every single card in that. You're only gonna the
real competitors.
No, we know these two will. We know for a fact these two will.
Okay.
But
12 hours the day before he shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. He shows up. I'm not the only one that does that now,
I know.
apparently.
Yeah,
so,
this is a rough year.
Yeah, it was a rough year as far as competition. So.
Sorry. Yeah, I feel like only the really in-depth, competitive people would probably sit there for hours. But it's like some people would be like, okay, I gotta figure out my deck. I don't got time to do this. I gotta finish this and then I gotta go.
Yeah,
right?
you make a good point, right? You have an established deck that's already set up to go. The pieces are already working.
With the new
you could probably just run that and hope that people try to put new cards in it and it doesn't pan out. There's that risk.
Yeah.
There's not enough playtesting factor for those who are not involved in the Future League.
Right.
So to speak. So again, is it really a matter of pushing for players to become involved with the Future League? Is this the sense? Or is it like, what kind of advantage do they have? Like, and I've touched base on this before, and that's why I've dropped out of the Future League.
Right.
Is because of feeling that I got an advantage over anybody who doesn't, especially for newer players coming into the game. So, is that the objective, you think?
It depends on when it releases, right? Like, if they are going to drop the sets, a couple weeks out from the championship, then it does incentivize being more familiar, right, and being in the Future League.
Okay.
But if it's, if we're not going to make it legal, then, Future League's more just for that testing place. But it's a hard one to say, right? Because again, we don't.
Hey,
really
JC.
know.
No, it's not Thursday. It's Friday. I know. We didn't stream last night. We're streaming tonight instead. Yay!
I didn't get told we were streaming today until last night.
Until last night. Yeah,
Until last
exactly.
night.
I had thought today was Thursday.
Oh,
Believe it or not,
geez.
it's like I lost a day this week.
You messaged me and then you messed up my days.
Well,
There's that feeling just after the holidays and everything, right? Like
it's not just that with the situation at the store right now too, right? It's just I'm losing days, I'm losing sleep, losing lots of stuff. So anyway,
I literally saw a post that was like, there's that awkward 2 weeks in between. There's that awkward time between, like, Christmas and New Year's, and then even a little bit after that, where it's, like, you don't know what day it is, and half the time you don't even know what time it is. It's supposed to be funny, but, it's pretty true.
somewhat.
yeah, so it's just a bit of holiday fog.
Yeah.
Holiday fog, yeah. So, I know in the Future League they state that you're not necessarily testing new cards for the next set coming out. It could be sets in the very future, or the near future, or later future kind of thing. However, I still feel that some of the players that are involved, like when the set does release, it's like, oh, I remember testing this. I know how it works.
Yeah.
I know what best it works with, kind of thing or whatnot. So giving them an advantage on, say, somebody new just starting out the game, jumping in, and it's like, hey, I want to, start heavily competing in this game. Do they really have a shot, right? As far as the championship, with potential of losing those players after the fact, and it's like, well, I'm not involved in the Future League, even though they have that option, or not even knowing about it at this point. Are they heavily promoting the Future League? Like, I know they make announcements about it. Join the Future League. You can get promos, et cetera, right? So, and then again, are they really actually fully testing, right? Or
I mean, we can look at
like
the
there's
last
a lot of factors.
championship, right? Like I mean, both Raymond and Ollie, they are not future league.
They're not future league players,
right? And they were 1 and 2, and Raymond had been has only been playing. He was at the last championship sort of brand new, and he's been playing sort of the last like 8 months or whatever. So he definitely showcases, what a good card player, or having a good deck and putting the time in, what can do. Now the argument there is that they had the time to be prepared for that. So
right.
But yeah, I think there's not going to be a perfect version of it.
No.
Right? Because the one thing is that on the flip side, for Future League, I think it's super important because all the cards get tested and all the cards get played with, so that when they do come to print, we know that they work. There's no sort of unknowns, right? And we get more eyes on it, more opinions, so you get a kind of a more rounded look. I know there is that benefit to it. So, but,
yeah.
There's both sides, right? Sort of like,
who knows? Okay, let's take a look at what they said about Invasions coming up. So Invasions, let's look at that one, Kenny. Releasing Q2.
Yeah.
I love that art.
It's a nice. Just Proteus' horns on the O, yeah.
Yeah.
Invasion introduces Invasion.
There we go.
Invasion introduces 7 new champions to the world of J. Lara, along with 130 functionally unique cards to expand the Genesis experience. Will you defend the divided nations against the invading forces? ? Or will you join the demons in creating anarchy throughout the land? This new this expansion booster set will excite players by exploring the unique tactical mechanics of Genesis in ways never before seen, and adds new beautiful treatments and variations to cards that will introduce a new age of collecting to this battle of champions. Release date Q2 2023. Set
Okay.
breakdown. Yeah, is that what you were going to read next?
Yeah. It's okay, 7 new champions, which we were already told that.
We put that in our song.
50 commons, 47 uncommons, 33 rares, 33 sketch rare cards.
5 showcase cards and 5 secret cards.
5 showcase and 5 secrets. Okay, so let's just touch base on that. 5 secrets.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so for Origins we saw 2.
2.
For both the Kickstarter and the retail version, and 1 being the same. One being different.
Yeah.
So technically, what's that?
For what?
For the secret rares.
Oh.
So we had the Zafar, Iblis, and Proteus. So technically, altogether 3 throughout the entire set.
Right.
So now they're upping it by 2. Yeah, it's gonna be challenging, I think. However, I wanna skip back a little bit. So we got 33 rares and 33 sketch rare cards.
Meaning they're sketches.
So it's the sketch art.
It's not official. Well, it's not. Sorry, it's not. It's official.
Art.
It's not like a final.
Yeah, it's not the final.
That's
art.
what I meant.
Final art.
Yeah,
it's
that's what I meant.
And then
before, and there's some examples on the list.
What's a showcase card? Have we?
Yeah, what is
so
that?
Showcase cards is we talked about it a little bit on Tuesday, and they go into a little bit more too. But
yeah,
the showcase cards. So it's a single artist. This time it's Philip. So it's 5 arts of Phillips, and then there's a connection or a theme between them. Either they physically connect, or they showcase the same art or same battle, or something is connecting the 5 pieces together.
Okay.
5 cards.
So are they they're the same as?
No, 5 different cards. So card A, B, C, D, E.
Right.
But the artwork in them are all done by Philip.
Right.
And the artwork will depict either a change in time, or will be a single picture that's been cut into 5.
Okay, so what I'm understanding is, let's use this as an example.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
You get 5.
It makes a picture.
Okay.
all 5 cards
They
lined
could.
up make a picture. They
They
could,
could.
They
but
haven't-
that's one
Or
of
it
the
could be a
things.
battle.
Yeah, something.
Or it
like
could
that.
be like, if a picture of a creature's going like this to you, then you might see the other side of it. That paw might be coming into something else, right? Like we just know it as a connection. All 5 arts are connected.
It's just the art, though.
The art.
So these cards, you'll still be able to get them in the regular set
Yeah.
outside.
Whether if it's just art or if it's actually card text, I don't know. I don't think we've had that detail. I would assume from my understanding that it's more of an art card, but
I want those packs and arts.
whether it's an alternate art of another card with text, so you'd have, let's say, creature A, and then this is an alternate art as part of the showcase.
Yeah.
Or if that's the same art, we're just showcasing it as a full card. That I don't think has been described.
Well, I mean, I hope it's not a unique, as they had stated.
There's no
uniquely
functioning unique
functional.
cards. No, there's no functioning unique cards.
Okay, so these 5 cards will actually be, as I said,
They'll either
in the
be
set,
art,
just a different art.
either just a different art, or just the art by itself and not playable, or it'll be the art of the actual playable
Are
card.
these the showcase or the secrets?
The showcase.
Showcase.
The secrets are alternate art.
Someone asked, so non-playable cards, so
Potentially.
showcase aren't playable?
Potentially.
Oh, they
Depends.
could be?
It depends if it's just the art. If they really wanted to make this, let's say you took your example of the map.
Mm-hmm.
If you really wanted to make the map, it would be really awkward if you're trying to make the art piece one section and then you have all this text in the middle of it, right?
Yeah.
So it could just be a collectible piece where it's if you collect the 5 pieces.
So like a puzzle.
Like
Well,
a puzzle.
Like
Yeah.
a puzzle for the art
Right.
cards kind of thing. Which is unique. I mean, I know a lot of collectible cards in the past outside of TCGs have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know with Marvel, etc., but have we really seen? Well, I think Pokemon did it at some
I think
point
there's
in time.
in Magic there was an old you get all 9 pieces of Black Lotus, right?
Of the Black Lotus, and
And
you
you
can
can
put
put
them
them
together, to make one big giant card kind of thing. But
I think Pokemon did something like that at some point.
yeah.
So the big key for people who are watching or watching later is that we don't know if the showcase cards are playable or not, right? We just know that the showcase cards are 5 Philip arts, all done by Philip, right? 5 cards that are connected.
Right. So more or less, hopefully, just a collector thing kind of deal,
Potentially.
and not uniquely functioning
Nothing
in the
uniquely
set.
functional.
Okay,
That was
which
confirmed.
is a big
mystery.
on that part. So let's take a look down. Booster box and pack breakdown. So we're getting 24 boosters per pack.
Stop scrolling.
No, he's good right there. And a box topper. So we're back to box toppers again,
Mhm.
which is an incentive for purchasing.
Sorry.
8 commons, 4 uncommons, 2 rares, 1 starter card or token. What's
One
that?
classic card or better invasions card. Epic,
Epic,
rare,
rare,
sketch,
sketch,
rare,
rare,
etc.
Showcase.
Yeah.
Okay. So classic card. So what do they mean by classic card? Because I mean, what do we have outside of Alpha, Beta, Rays? Welcome to J and Rays, and then we're right into J2.
Well, we know Alpha.
J2's
Alpha's
already a
gone.
reprint set.
There's no Alpha floating around. Well, I mean,
Right.
actually, you're the one that's going to be able to answer this because you were around.
Right.
So it's been confirmed that the classic cards are from the non-booster box printed cards that used to be given to stores to supply their singles. So how many sets were you given singles for?
All of them.
Rays. Was it done in Rays or was it not?
Yeah.
So Rays, J, Beta.
Okay.
Right? I don't think you weren't given remember like before when the game was trying to grow.
Right.
You were supplied a single set as sort of to boost sales.
To boost the sales. Okay.
Right.
So yeah. So it would have been only Beta, Welcome, and Rays.
Right. So those are the 3.
The 3.
So whatever wasn't given to stores at that point has just been sitting in a box.
Okay.
So those are the cards that are going back into the packs,
Into the packs.
as far as we understand it to be.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, J2 covered that anyway. mostly.
Most of these things have all been reprinted. There's maybe a few cards. Some of the big chases here would be like those original Holy Walls, if those make it through. Ajna Tigers.
Ajna would be a good one, yeah.
Healing Fires, some of those things that were just the OP. But that's the idea, is that those extra cards that were printed to help the stores at that time no longer have a purpose. So
they're just flushing them way to get
flushing
rid of
them out of their end, getting them back in. So, but again, you were back at that time, so
yeah.
It's really, there was some concern. Oh, is it another whole print run that wasn't actually talked about? But I'm pretty sure from my recollection, it's just like a cardboard box that he used to have.
Yeah, he brought me like, oh, here's a
little
5 or 10 or whatever of commons, and a little bit lesser on the uncommons, and then a couple of each rares,
right,
kind of thing, right? Just to get started off as far as the secondary market and selling singles. But yeah, so it was like in a
trying to do that. Like, it was literally trying to help the game grow.
Not a matter of where it's coming from. It doesn't. I didn't know if it was going to be reprinted kind of thing for the specific set, right, or whatnot. So
speaking of reprints, someone asked how many are going to be reprints.
How many of the new cards?
Well, that was a question I was going to get to when taking a look at this actual set. Like, are we actually going to see reprints in this set?
I want to know that.
I don't think so.
130 functionally unique cards. So
right.
And it says that it's
Kenny?
A booster set.
A normal
50,
Genesis
97,
set is
130
like
right there.
130, 140 cards.
Yeah, just add it up.
50, 97 plus 3 is 100 and 130.
So
your sketch rares are duplicates of your rares.
From the looks of things, the only reprints are going to be those classic cards.
Right.
Which aren't reprints.
Which are seeded in,
Yeah.
Joey says no clue on reprints.
Yeah. But there is, from the math, there's,
Yeah, it
adds
up
just
to
by the
about
look
a
of
normal
it. So
Genesis
yeah, we're not
set.
seeing any.
And like it says, there are unique cards. First of all, second of all, booster set. It's like usually with something that says like a booster, so you don't see doubles. That you you don't see stuff you've already seen.
Yeah,
well,
they did with
Origins.
Well, J2 was all reprint.
Yeah, J2 was all reprint.
It was all reprint.
Origins had
but that was a set.
Yeah.
But Origins was a set too. They had Jump,
but this is like a booster, as they're calling it,
dedicated
right?
studies, some staple cards mostly that people had missed out on from Alpha, Beta, Welcome to J.
I don't know. That's what throws me off. Right? That's what throws me off. Is like,
well, they're all boosters, right? The booster is just the pack.
It's a booster set. It's a set.
Oh, that's what that means.
A new set of boosters. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a difference between like a set and a booster. Like, okay, guess not.
So each pack's going to contain
16 cards.
16 cards.
Instead of 50.
And normally 15 usually, but now they're throwing in either that classic or higher or better.
So that one is not affecting your normal pulls.
Yeah.
So what it means is that so you're getting an additional card. So your regular base pack from Origins will be the same, but now every single one of those packs you open will be one additional card, which will be either a classic, will be a epic rare of a rare, will be a sketch rare, will be a showcase, will be a secret.
Yeah. Could be a secret. Okay, so see what they say about the player experience. Let's take a look at that one first.
Yay.
They're both the same, actually.
Are they both the same?
No, they're different.
Oh,
no,
product experience.
Product experience and player.
Yeah.
Reading is hard.
It's okay. We're all tired.
Phasing in Phage.
Invasion brings 7 new champions with it. A whopping 5 of who are aligned with the Phage affiliation. That means more decay, more electricity, and yes, many more bugs! Yay! It's not, it's not all pox and pestilence. Thank you. Though, as naturally, the demon invasion will not go unchecked. The elves may be down, but they aren't out. They still have something to say. She's gonna whisper to you. Use your wits and tactical prowess to strike from positions of advantage. Remember, location, distance, direction, and awareness are vital to your success.
So here's another champion. So this one's coming, an invasion that we know.
Yellow,
Has
purple.
invasions on there, number 6 of 7.
Number
Six,
6.
eight.
Son, this is Carl's first champion.
Carl's first champion.
Oh.
Yes. With a dark holy attack of 3, swift speed, and a cast, you deal 2 dark holy damage to everything on a target spot around you. To everything.
So yeah,
Nice.
Does that mean a new pillar?
And I've been
Can
told
you
that,
highlight? Can you enlarge that again?
Yeah,
I've
sure.
been told that the pronunciation there is Yidayel.
Yidayel?
Yeah, sort of like
Yidale.
Jedi.
Yidale.
So
Jedi.
I was told, he told me this whole story about how like he came up with the name from the root word of Jedi that Lucas used. Anyways, you have to have Carl on to get the whole story, but basically it's Yedai El. Yedai El.
So now we got Bellum Chaos Elf, 1 energy reduction, 100 aura, 24 health. Like that's decent.
And 3 attack.
And 3 attack or
Swift.
or 2, right?
Yeah.
For everything on a target spot.
Yeah,
Call that
so
swift.
So it's targeting the spot.
non-targeting damage on a
not-
champion.
Yeah, exactly. So that's decent. I mean, looking forward to that.
Because your other options were Kasha, which is more of a mage, 150 aura,
Mhm.
or you had Satyr, which is the summoner. So this is kind of your fighter in these colors.
Your fighter, yeah, 100%. I'm liking it. 100 aura. I mean,
we've seen
yeah.
Kun, 26 and 100, right?
Yeah.
So
Even Essa moving forward. Still regretting not bringing her to the championship, but she can work. We made her work. Anyway. So,
Yeah, Dale.
What?
From Dixie.
yeah, Dale.
Dale.
Yeah, Dale.
So going down, the ground is not your friend. What?
Or is it? You're far from healing water, or you're far from the healing waters of River Nye, or of the River Nye. Bodies litter the fields, ruins crumble around you. Invasion introduces new alterations. Yeah, alterations, and a new keyword, terrain, which adds unique challenges as you maneuver around the arena. What is that? What you'll need to figure out is how to use it to your advantage. Terrain.
So terrain is a new keyword. So your alterations, so like your, your favorite spike pits.
Yep.
And,
Those are
quicksands.
Spike pit's a trap. So it is an alteration, but it's a
It's a trap.
It's a
So your quicksands, your snares. Snares a trap, but it's also an alteration.
We're getting crushed by buildings.
Your I don't know,
Fire hill.
fortifications, fire hill,
Fortification,
pillars, right?
The
These are all
wall?
things that you can walk on, you can do stuff, you can move on. But now with the terrain keyword, it's going to actually change how that square functions.
Do they have this
Do we
listed
know?
somewhere?
There's a lot of different ones. Everything from the simplest.
They're all different.
Simplest is just it occupies the space, so that space you can no longer walk or move into that space.
Okay.
Or
What if you have flight?
if you have flight and it's occupied, you can still move through it.
Yeah.
Some of them will say you can't move through that space. Other things will do things if a creature is on that space, or if you're standing on that space, you can also do things. We
So
also
now,
have-
so more or less, they're utilizing the actual arena to incorporate it into battle as a strategy.
right,
More or less, right? Which
looking
is
at
nice.
that alterations as a play style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is something I know that we had worked on back when I was in the Future League, and we had discussed it. And it's like, well, what if we actually utilize the squares and have them do functional things, right?
Yeah.
By placing a card on it and whatnot, so they're actually
And we've seen
dabbling.
some. We've never really seen a lot of focus on the decks. Like
Yeah.
there's been like the off meta decks where like I remember like Malik, you would rampage toss on top of like a flame infernal pit, right, to try to do damage, and rampage toss it back on, right. But now these are ones that are going to have a lot more things.
a lot more things and working to it. Okay, well, that sounds pretty cool.
I gotta say, forever, if any HCGs or employees are working, can we please get this Carl McCraven art as an actual arena mat?
Please, that's so cool.
As
It
a,
looks.
We
like
get a play mat?
as this,
As the actual play mat with a grid over top, Like I know we understand it's an arena. I know we understand that we're playing and fighting in an arena, but this artwork just is so good.
Yeah.
And shout out to Carl too, because his Craven was one of the newer ones added. And
Yeah,
his
I
artwork
noticed
is-
that on the main page on the site. Some new artists.
If
Missing a
if
name
that
on
is-
there though.
Yeah, a
What?
couple.
There's a couple of names,
Yeah.
so it's kind of questionable, but we'll get to it. Yeah, but yeah, no, I agree with you 100%.
No, we can
I'm
get to
loving.
that. What do you mean?
Carl's. If that's a showcase of what he's putting out, just for like a terrain, I can't wait to see what else he's got. So.
Yeah, etc.
Maybe
Okay,
we're
let's see
missing
what it.
artists.
Oh, there's more.
No, what does it mean?
There's
Okay, we
a
got
few
it.
less artist
Blah,
names
blah,
this
blah.
time around.
Single sessions experience. Lets players work together to build decks. Oh, this is the dungeon crawling thing.
Mhm.
Okay,
What's
yeah, we
that?
can. That's where we actually work together as a team going through a dungeon. We play tested it here
Yeah,
at the store.
yeah, okay, I remember
They're going to
that.
be looking to continue with that, and I think some of the train stuff will help with that. I think some of the
Mhm.
different things, creating those dungeon experiences.
With the use of invasion. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Those are all the different formats that they're looking at. Okay.
Oh yeah, the
And refer
16.
your local game store. Okay. So let's
Can I
look at the
refer you?
product. What's that?
Can I refer you?
You
on
sure
your-
can.
Awesome.
For sure.
Product experience. All right.
Here we go. Talking about products. Here we
Our
go.
emphasis on card accessibility. Genesis has always taken pride in putting card accessibility at the forefront of our product configuration. Upgraded rarities have always been some alternate treatment of a rare or lesser card, meaning no needing to chase multiple epic rares unless you wanted to bling out your deck. Invasion continues to
Continues this philosophy.
this philosophy and takes into consideration community feedback that says, though accessibility is very important, there's joy in having something really cool looking to show off as well. With that in mind, here are some of the major changes you can expect to see when opening Invasion.
Okay.
We can always see one. Spot foiling!
Spot foiling. Yeah.
In the past, our foils have been an intense full card treatment that has certainly stood out in a pack, but to really make it shine the amazing detail of our beautiful artwork, we have thrilled to bring the spot foiling treatment to Invasion cards. As it stands, this treatment will be applied to all foil cards. We can't wait to see those sweet pulls shine.
So are we going to get like an all foil and a spot foiling?
So
Or
I
is it gonna be
believe
just
that
all
was
spot
answered
foiling?
on the live stream. I think Sid was there, and he mentioned that all foils going forward are going to be spot foils.
They're
we're-
all going to be
So
spot
we're
foils.
no longer
seeing
getting the rainbow foils.
the rainbow foil. Okay. So they just changed the foiling. Adding a 16th card slot. Okay, so we already touched base on that. What's involved in it? Bringing the thrill of collecting through secrets, sketches, and showcases. Okay. Is it necessary?
What, to have
This is my main number one question.
secret
Is it
sketches and
necessary
showcases?
For the simple fact that I know, and we're going to touch base on it, looking at their other announcements, trying to push the game to players alone. Like, do we need sketches now? Do we need all this extra additional secrets moving forward, right?
So my perspective on this is,
I think that's more collectibility.
let's look at, let's say Invasions just gets printed at the same amount as Origins.
Okay.
Okay. With Origins, we had a horrendous time trying to get pulls out of our boxes.
Oh, you're telling me.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Telling me.
you know, I did about 8 boxes, 9 boxes by the time we were finished. Didn't get next to anything, right?
Right.
You did, you know,
6
3
full
times that.
Yeah, 6 full cases and
So,
one single. all
One of the
foil
things I
pack.
pushed on, and I'm hoping that Joey will get back to us soon, is the actual pull rates for some of these things, so we can see that, you know, what are our actual rates going to be.
JC says, yes, you need chase factor.
But let's just take the Origins print run the same, right? So we have Origins print run. We had 2 secrets. right, and rainbow foils.
Right.
Now, that same amount of print run, we're having 5 secrets, 5 showcase, 33 sketch rares, right? Your chances of actually pulling something
Mm-hmm.
by keeping the same amount of population the same, you're going to have better pull rates. So
Okay.
every box should be more exciting. Every pack should be a little more exciting. So that when you buy your box and you look at what your pulls are,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you've gotten something unique. Now, they haven't stated what is guaranteed in the box, what's guaranteed in the case, but hopefully they will get those numbers or can show us soon.
That's what I was going to say, trying to make it for collectors. All this stuff is more for the collectability aspect, not for the playing.
Not for the players, yeah.
It doesn't affect the players because there's nothing functionally unique.
Right.
So all the players still crack whatever they need and
Yeah.
play, but now the collectors will open their boxes and they actually get something that's shiny and unique.
Well, and that's what I mean, right? Dad's saying, oh, is it necessary? Yes, for the collectors. If it's just for the... Yeah, Kenny's like, yeah! But, like, for the playing of it,
Joey's saying that
there.
he needs to add it in. He just hasn't gone around to it yet. So the rates or
Something
the polls.
special to find. Well, it remains to be seen because, I mean, they had promised us a lot of stuff for Origins, right? And it's like the poll ratios were, like, ridiculous. They were tough. It was bad, right? Like, I get it. Like, as JC says there in the chat about having, you have to have some kind of chase factor to it. Like the secret rares that we had for Origins, whether it be the Kickstarter or the retail version of it, the full arts, what we thought. Like, well, Zafira isn't really a champion yet. I say yet because we're still hoping.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Iblis art and the Proteus to come.
oh, the bunny. I thought they just said that was like
But think of it this way, right? Like, if again, going back to Origins, you buy a box of 24 packs,
Mm-hmm.
right? Of those 24 packs, there's no guarantee that any one of those packs has anything in them.
Right.
Okay?
Well, for a collector.
For a collector. What we do know is that we should get, roughly 3 to 4 epics,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe 1 or 2 foils.
Right.
Okay? Now what's happening is that out of your 24 packs, you have 24 chances to pull something above anything from Origins. Meaning, like, your 15 cards in Origins are still there,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have an old card, which doesn't really matter to me. I mean, those we have a bunch of those cards, right?
Yeah.
But for new players who weren't around for Rays and Welcome to Jay,
Mhm.
that's going to be a unique piece that they haven't had a chance to get a hold of. A sketch rare, epic rare, or whatever above. So we have 24 chances in a box, giving us more opportunity to actually pull something and say, hey, I got some in this box. Ooh, I want to do this again. Or because the other argument is that if you have nothing, players will buy maybe 1 or 2 boxes. They have everything they need,
Yep.
and there's no incentive to
Keep
buy
going.
any more. So
I just gotta get a warrant. Joey had a comment.
Yeah, Joey says, I would say we swung and missed on what was really special with Origins. Borderless and a foil just wasn't good enough.
JC also said the thing is
borderless
the
cards
chase
are
factor.
awesome.
They are.
JC said
Yeah.
the thing
The
is the
borderless
chase
foils,
factor
yeah.
doesn't hurt the gameplay, which is true.
There's no effect on gameplay. Yes, the borderless foils and just 1 or 2 foil rainbow foil cards, which ended up not being able to be played with because of the way that they curled. It was hard to make that a justification for keep buying more boxes.
Doesn't matter what TCG
See-
you're in right now. Pretty much all foils are curling.
See, we know
I don't know what it is, but
I don't
that
play with the foils anyways. So.
right.
we know that the chase value doesn't affect the gameplay, but when having a discussion, it's like, oh, is this thing here necessary? It's like you got to look at both sides, right? For gameplay, it's there, right? You're more
Yeah, but
looking
that
for
much
something you
more.
can
Like
play with.
they are considerably
Collectability.
increasing the amount. Like we're going from between the 2 sets of 3 secrets, we're now at 5 secrets, right?
It's like
So
7 until right. 5.
And this is where
No,
we
no,
still
no,
need to know
spaceship.
the rates, right? Because they don't do the print numbers right away.
yeah,
So we may not know what the population of our secret is, but if we know the rates, at least gives us an idea. Well, if this is a card that I can only get in a case, well, then maybe I buy a case and try to get one of those cards, and that's right. That's probably it's probably about what I would buy anyways for Genesis to get enough of the rares and everything.
yeah.
But maybe it ends up pushing me into more than that.
Yeah.
because I want to try an opportunity of getting 2 of those cards.
Well, 130 it said total. It's not going to take much to.
Not for the base set.
Not for the base
No.
set, yeah.
So if you're a player, you probably still only need 1 box, maybe 2, and then order some singles afterwards.
Yeah.
And you're probably got what you need for a deck building. But if you want to get any of these things further, then that opportunity is there for you.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for that. Oh no, what do we got?
No, look at those.
So rare, epic rare, secret, or sketch.
That's a sketch. No, put your mouse back on that, please. Yep, right there.
So the one thing we learned about on Tuesday is that they have gotten rid of common and uncommon foils. So
Okay.
only the rares will be foils.
Only the rares will be
So
foils.
it's no longer a full set of foils.
Oh, okay.
Makes me
That's
happy.
That's new. What?
That kind of makes me happy.
makes you, okay. Why does it make you happy though, Kenny?
I want to know this.
Getting a full bit extreme. Like, I do like the collectability of it,
Yeah.
but limiting it to those main cards you want to go with anyways, it makes it more accessible to try and get them all, and it gives you, as a player, more of a reason to try and get them too, because those are the WoW cards anyways.
Okay, good point. Good point.
So there was a couple comments on Tuesday night where we had, it does stop you from playing with an all foil deck, because usually in a deck you're going to have commons and uncommons.
Commons and uncommons, yeah.
That's so cool.
But I mean,
but again, we're not allowed
two
to
of-
play with them anyways, so.
because
The
of the
finished
curling,
artwork,
well,
yeah.
potential curling factor of
Right.
them, right? So I mean, until they actually tackle that issue and prevent cards from being curled or foiled
I
cards.
mean,
from
I know
curling.
how hard I worked to get a J2 foil set. I know how hard Steven from Dragon World worked to get a Kickstarter foil set.
Yeah.
These things, it's a
It's
lot.
very
It's
difficult.
very difficult, and if you're not a store where you're opening product for different purposes, trying to get them outside of that, like, you have to figure out who has them, where are they,
Where are they?
what are they, a lot of the times, most of your foils were coming from a God pack, and what we found was that a lot of the, foil pack, God packs were very similar. So once you got one of them, it's like, well, if I get another one, I'm not gaining anything, I'm just getting duplicates, and now what do I do?
Well, here, unless you go to another country, then and pull a God pack from their stockpile.
Potentially from a different section of
Yeah,
the print run. So.
different section of the print run. Yeah, I think it's the dispersion of it, right, more or less. That sketch art, it's really nice. It's black and white. I'm definitely loving that.
I think they saw some good feedback from the Halloween ones, right? Like,
Yes.
everyone seemed to like the black and white.
From
Now
the
that was
Death Eater,
a black
right?
and white filter on the original art.
Yeah.
This will actually have what I believe to be the actual pencil line
Yeah.
art on the page.
Well, as it
Just
shows
showing.
there, right? Yeah, it's totally
pretty
slightly
much.
different.
I think pretty much right before color gets added to things.
Yeah,
So
more or less.
you will still be able to see what it won't be like so far in a sketch that you won't be able to tell what the card actually is. Like, you'll still be able to tell what it is.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, this card is a pretty nasty card to begin with, right? Which is one of JC's cards.
Is it? No, it is JC. Yeah.
Oh, no wonder why I was so excited in chat.
There's no way to stop that from going, right? Because it's hard to read it. If a champion is dealt damage by Doom,
If a champion is dealt
Okay.
damage by Doom Kaga, then that champion shuffles all cards in their thoughts into their timeline and draws that many cards. They reveal their thoughts and discard a card with the highest chief.
I read it, but it took
So
me a
it's
lot
an
longer than
unhinge
that.
with a discard of your highest card
yeah,
and a reveal of your hand.
plus 5 dark
Oh.
damage.
5 dark damage.
Heavy
yeah.
dark damage.
And a
across
pretty,
the
pretty
set.
long range, too.
It
For
is.
chaos. Yeah, it's yeah, it's
It's
decent.
gonna be a decent. It's slow, but if it hits,
Yeah.
it's gonna be. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, so they have a yellow sketch rare symbol.
And then the
symbology on
orange for the rare
bottom. Orange, purple,
and red for
and
epic.
the-
Yeah.
Nice. My thoughts on it is either rare to get a foil, and then all foils are disappointing, like a common cold foil and Flusher Blood, or you get a ton of foils and the foils just become bulk. Yeah, the foil per pack. I've definitely opened my fair share of games that have done that, and it's just like, I mean,
Yeah, I
when
mean,
you get one in every
for-
pack, it's like, okay, that's just goes
Well,
in
it's
the foil
just like
pile.
like the for MTG, say for the collector
Mhm.
boosters, right? So where the majority of the pack, it's just all bulk foils
Mhm.
because they're all commons, uncommons that generally have no value whatsoever, more or less, right?
Right.
And just get discarded, kind of thing, right? And you only have a very portion of the collector booster that's actually got potentially some good value, but outside of this, it's like so. I understand what you're saying as far as the. I enjoy collecting a full foil set.
Yeah.
It is nice.
Yeah.
And it does give. There's your chase factor right there alone.
For some.
For some,
Yeah.
right?
And for you, that was something that you enjoyed.
I enjoy it, right? So, but to
But
eliminate.
now you can chase the sketch rare, which you'll have to chase. You can chase your secrets, you can chase your
Yeah.
showcases, and you can chase your sketches.
You're right. So,
So one of the things that came up on
Can you
Tuesday
pull
night
that
as
up
well
again,
was, and Joey was able to answer that, is that the
If you're trying
God
to see,
pack
there's
will be
33
changing
layers
somewhat,
on
right? So your God pack won't
No.
necessarily be an all foil pack anymore. It'll
Well,
be
kinda
just
can.
commons and uncommons
I'm
will
looking
be
at the
foil, right?
comparison
Right.
between
So there'll
like the
be
final
still
and
the same
sketch,
wow factor
right?
to that pack, and those
'Cause
packs will still exist.
Yeah, no,
Whenever-
But they'll be
literally
changing
just
in
the
some
coloring
form. So
and
Well-
shading.
whether
You
we get
can
that
see
information
some extra
beforehand
detail
or
in
it's
the
a
background, but that's
self-discovery
about it.
thing.
Not only
where-
that,
yeah,
the guy in
actually,
the
it's a
front
good point. Knowing
has,
very well that most
like,
the God
something
packs
on.
are mostly all
doesn't have
common,
the sketch.
uncommon foil, right? So and it's like.
He does have clothes on.
However,
You can
we
see
have
the
seen in the
shading
past,
for
like
the
you're
shirt.
you're
A
getting
little
God
bit.
packs with
Yeah,
4
like,
rings,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Or etc. Right? So I mean,
Just
it'll be
something
interesting
like
to see what happens when it comes
Where's
down
the
to
shirt
that.
end?
Underneath his neck there, but you can see the
I see a glove on
Yeah.
the one hand.
you can see the lines
Oh,
there for
I see
his
a
shirt.
little bit of a
Yeah.
glove on the other hand. Okay.
I think that's Shun, right? And then we're not sure.
Th- this one seems to be missing. The
That's
glove.
Shun, yeah. I don't know who the other one is.
Yeah, he doesn't have a glove on that hand for sure.
Yeah, see, and then it's like, oh, well,
That glove.
there is a glove on that hand, yeah. No, you can see a
So
slight
again,
line
there's
for it.
that new artist, right?
Yeah, Carl McCraven. Yep, that's another one
McCraven,
of his,
yeah.
Yep.
One of the new ones. Okay, let's carry on, Kenny.
Woohoo.
Ooh.
Whoa.
So there you go. Yeah. So it is an art card. Right? So that is the Ashani there, and then that's the showcase version of that card. And you can see how the art looks like it extends beyond the frames.
Okay,
So-
you want to focus on that? There we go. That's pretty cool. So, like, they're not actually, they won't be playable. They're just chased art cards and more or less.
Again, that could just be showcasing the showcase for alt art, right?
Right.
And there may be text on those, there may not. I don't think we've actually been told that. But that would be your regular card there with the text
Mhm.
that you get in the uncommon slot, and then this alternate art could have the text or not. We don't know. This is just showcasing this is just showing the showcase version of the art.
Will we get foils of the showcases?
Yes.
There will
So
be
everything
foil
above
versions?
the rare is all spot foiled.
It's all spot.
Are the epic rare spot foiled too?
I believe the epics are still in the borderless non-foiled, right? Because that you can play with those. That's how you can play your deck with those.
Right.
Okay. Well, they
Philip
did.
rocked those. They're really absolutely sick.
That art is awesome. Loving it. And then again, refer your local game store. So that's it for the
And both of the
the product
There's
experience.
a bunch of like, so we've seen that one was spoiled and spoiled the libraries. That was the Angel of Justice.
The Angel of Justice.
And then we go
A
down.
new angel.
The other one there was that's also in the box. There's an angel. Looks like maybe an angel or fairy or some sort there.
Another.
Some sort of water spirit over here.
Peppers.
You can also go back up to the packs.
Yeah, I am.
Right? There's
The art is just I know. So okay, go down a bit, Kenny. There.
No,
Oh,
zoom
yeah.
in, please, please.
so there's that looks like a demon smoke thing coming out there, and that's that same angel from the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like a mean guy.
Looks nice.
Looks evil.
Wow, with the demons in that, right? So
Purple.
okay.
It's in the style of core kind of.
Yeah, we talked
I
about
was just about to say
dungeon
that.
crawling a little bit, just mentioning that.
All right.
So go down a bit, Kenny. I'll stay on that for a second. Go down. The team. Here we go. Artists. So see if you can find it. Mac Attack. Whose name's not on there?
Ooh.
For artists,
Yeah.
there's two I can't find that I know did art.
Who?
Camilla
You right?
and Leslie.
And Leslie.
Leslie's not on there.
So we're not getting a Leslie art in this set, or Camilla art.
What Leslie art did we get in the Origins?
We didn't get one from her in
We
the
did?
Origins either.
I don't think Leslie's done any art since Ray or since Jay.
Oh,
Right.
I think the
Welcome.
most recent one would have been the anime Raha. From
Yeah,
her.
that's promo.
Yeah. Promo card.
Yeah. And then everything else is
But
all from J2.
For an actual set, though, yeah.
yeah,
And beyond.
Camilla's
I
not
don't
on
think she's
there.
been since Ray. I don't even think in Ray's there's a Leslie and art.
Oh my
Nice.
God,
I'll have
Will,
to go
you're
back and look.
famous.
Will is famous. We already stated that. Yeah, you're a guest designer. So you got the design
Designer
again.
from the contest. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see some cards with your name on it again. Sid, of course, with his
Winning champion.
from the
so
winning
it's,
champion
Oh, that's finally coming out.
What?
in Invasions. Yeah.
Oh, his champion, yeah.
Oh,
To be honest, I almost forgot about that.
that's a champion you could have seen in Future League. Make sure you join that. It's very, very cool.
Oh, you've seen it?
Not the finished product.
Not the
just
finished
Future League
champion,
text.
but like the in progress.
Philip, Mario, Rav,
Dahlia, which
Dahlia,
is
yeah.
excited for Marion, which was a new one. before
Marion,
last time.
and Carl's a new one as well. So 3 new artists on board.
The two of them.
Yeah, no, when I was talking to Camilla at the championship, she said there wasn't anything coming through for Invasions. However, hopefully she'll be back on
For another set,
For another
yeah.
set after that. So
We
keep
I
our
mean,
have.
fingers crossed.
as far as I understand, these artists are not solely on just this project.
Right.
They
Exactly.
are artists. They're trying to get their art around all the place.
Well,
So-
we know very well Damion's got a lot of stuff on the go on his own, right? Outside
and they're
of
doing
Genesis,
their own thing.
right?
So
Like, he's
I'm
not
sure that's
100%.
sort of an ebb and flow with some of
Yeah.
them. And I mean, having that allowance to do that, I think they're excited for as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I
But
think-
some of these, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think that how you pronounce his name is Damon. He's like, is that my name? It is there.
Damien.
Your name is there. Oh, Damien, sorry.
Yeah.
And then JC goes, hey, Joey, my name is wrong.
JC's name is spelled
There
wrong.
we go.
Yeah.
He fixed it immediately.
Did he really?
Yeah.
What was it before?
It was
They
a
had
I.
an I instead
Oh,
of a Y.
Joey must have the site up, all right? There's-
Ah!
Yeah, I had noticed that
Auto
too. I
update.
had read it a few days ago, and I'm like, oh, they spelled JC's name wrong. It's just
In
like,
in Rainer, they had an I instead of a Y. Is that
Yeah.
how it was spelled?
Rainer,
yeah,
like rain.
I didn't
as in
even
rain, yeah, it was,
didn't even notice that when I first
I
read it.
noticed
I'm like,
So
oh hey,
who's this
JC.
guy? It is.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Best Joey. Auto update. Yep, I ran over really quick to fix it with a smiley face.
Nice, that was good. Okay.
2 seconds, click, click, boom, it was done.
Okay, let's go over to take a look at
You got 2 options here: LGS or the recent announcements.
the announcements. Let's take a look at some of these announcements here.
Oh. January 4th,
Okay.
2023.
Yes.
I can't talk in that voice the whole time. I'm gonna. Okay, starting the year off with something new. A taste of. Will you stop scrolling? Please stop it. Starting the new year off with something new. A taste of 2023 as we enter our 5th year at Haunted Castle Gaming. Woohoo! Last year was so filled with releases, conventions, our 50K promo circuit, the days of beckoning, getting ready for invasions, and
That's a link. Oh,
that is a link.
it's to the invasion page. It's fine.
Oh,
Uh,
and tons more. It was hard to stop and reflect on everything happening. So enter the weekly awareness, our chance to share these stories and the thoughts that may not make sense as a mass Discord announcement or social media post. Experiences, partnerships, what was I say? Musings, and discoveries guiding us into making this year our best year yet. I look forward to sharing this journey with you. That's a lot already. Wow, thanks,
Yeah.
Joey. I don't know
You
if
don't have
it's the
to read
Joey
it
in
all.
there. Genesis in the World 2022, viral sensation. No. How I see our best year yet. We showed Genesis to the world in 2022, not as an investment, but as a game and a company. I'll admit, it was hard sometimes to watch TCGs become viral sensations and not try to do the same. But the viral, quote-unquote, narrative was heavily focused on inflated value and feature creep. I felt it would take away from Genesis's message of gameplay focused and true product enjoyment. No, that didn't lead a ton of videos from content creators saying we'd be the next big thing. The common phrase surrounding those who did cover us was, "It will still be around in 5 years."
Pause.
Pause.
Yeah.
We're pausing.
It's saying it's the next best thing. We've been promoting that for like ever.
Yeah.
Like wanting. I'm not saying that we were actually saying it is specifically going to be the next best thing. However, we've been promoting it to try to be the next best thing, right? So, however, one other thing that was mentioned there with TCGs going viral. Okay. TCG's going viral, so there's so many, right? We're having this massive boom once again, right? Looking back through my experiences with TCGs back in say the mid to late 80s going into the 90s, where there was tons and tons of them. I'd say more so the late 90s, especially when Magic came out, Pokemon, right? And then just a ton following after, trying to jump on the bandwagon. So many of them had failed that we no longer see, and just very few moving forward. Now we're back into this same era again, right? So like a few have come out, like Flesh and Blood's gotten big. I think was one of the first ones that started it again. MetaZoo's another one.
You opened a pack of Nostalgics the other day.
We didn't open it.
Oh, yeah.
We received it. We didn't
received
open it. Have you
it.
played Nostalgic?
No.
No. Okay.
There's like Polywog. There's a whole bunch that failed before they even came out. All these things.
Okay, so I mean, it's breaking it down. It's like, why are they not? Like even MetaZoo, right? Like how many players do you know in the community for MetaZoo? Like, are they playing or collecting?
Well, yeah.
Right?
So I think there's, I don't think they actually have the numbers on that, but I would say you're upwards of like 80-90% are collecting and 10% are playing.
Are these games actually fun to play? Right, is the thing. Are people actually investing in it and buying the product to play the game more so than just collecting it because of this huge boom of TCGs coming out? And it's like a few choice of them have skyrocketed in value, right?
Sorcery Kickstarter went for like 4.5 million.
Yeah, like
they just sold one of their sample cards sold for 10 grand as a single card. These things are astronomical things that just you can't expect any and every game to follow, right?
Right.
But
so I mean, and that's one thing that us here at One Side of the Coin, we've always promoted the gameplay first, right? This game, it's a game, right? Primarily. And how much fun it is, right, compared to other games that are coming out that people are really not playing and just looking at it for the collector aspect, right? Which is why I attack how Genesis is conducting the attraction of collectors versus the players, right? And it's nice to hear that we're going to focus more on that this upcoming year, something that we've been doing for so long, right? Just pushing the gameplay more so most over the collecting aspect. But anyway,
I started playing right when it came out.
Right.
Like
so
long ago.
And with Genesis being so unique compared to most other TCGs, right? Like standalone, so to speak. So.
Where were we?
The big question is there still desire to enjoy the product after the Kickstarter boxes are opened? And if not, what value does it bring to an LGS?
Good question. Is there a desire to enjoy the product after it? Yeah, there is. Like, I mean, for Genesis, there is. It's way and above and beyond the collector aspect, right? For the gameplay, because it is so unique compared to other TCGs. Now, I know you at Touch Base was telling me about the one that is kind of similar. Came out of Australia. What is that? Sorcery.
That's sorcery.
That's sorcery, but
they're different.
It's still different. Like, I think Genesis alone has its very own unique game style that has expanded into even looking at different potential other formats for the game over the past few years, and putting more focus on those, I think, gives players. It's not just about the pack openings. It's not just about the collector value. It's about the actual play value of a TCG.
And it's not just about going into a tournament and trying to win.
Right.
There's other ways to play the game.
Right.
You can play casually. You can play a story. You can play as a cooperative.
And I think, sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just saying the different ways, the casual ways you can play the game, because a lot of people would rather just show up and play casually.
Right.
And if you can keep those people happy, they'll keep coming back and keep playing casually.
Yeah, they're the ones that are going to buy your product more. Right. Especially with the unique design of this timeline that we use to battle with very, very little restrictions on it. Right. You can have as many cards as you want, which means, like, you buy a box. Are you going to have enough of those, right, to build the timeline that you want to build? Chances are you may not. Right, so therefore they're going to start chasing more, right? For the player experience more so than the collectors.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I think we definitely saw that with the Kickstarter too, because we saw a lot of people purchasing it, not just players, but a lot of people buying it for the prospect of turning profits. And
that was the marketplace, right? Like people were making money hand over fist off of paper products.
Yeah.
Off of TCGs,
but they kind of found out when they bought that Genesis product that it's not really as collector focused, and they're not going to be able to immediately turn that product around. They're trying to build up the player base instead, and we saw that when they started trying to dump Kickstarter product that they were trying to hold on to.
Yeah.
Dimes on the dollar.
Right. Which, I mean, is kind of a slap in the face to those who want to do that. But I think that's the focus of the Haunted Castle when talking to Sid directly. Yeah. He doesn't want that to happen, right? He doesn't want people to just start hoarding the product and then, sitting on it and then selling it off for a profit kind of thing, right? Open it, play it. Use what you've purchased to get into the game, right? And it's a thing that we have pushed for so long, right? I think the person that said it best, it was Mike Hatcher, the Magic historian, when I had the opportunity of talking to him at the Day of Beckoning, and what he had said. It's like his enjoyment, because it's like he hacks on the company more than anybody I know, right? And just totally obliterates them to the ground. However, he said one thing he had said: I will never stop playing Magic, because the reasoning behind it is it's fun to play. Right? And it has gone for so long, and you have so much enjoyment out of playing it. However, it's a great, amazing game created by a very bad company. Right? And those were his exact words to me about it, right? So, and it's like he loves how he had stated how he loves how Haunted Castle is tackling the communities, being involved with them, right? And what they're stating here, are pushing forward and being more direct with the community and not going down that same path as Magic, right? However, when I see additional sketches coming in and more secrets, and it's like, okay, well, yes, I understand there still has to be chase. You've kind of changed my mind on that a little bit with stating that there won't be a full foil set of commons uncommons, so it's not as difficult to get it. Right? So
there might be, I think, at least from my perspective, I very quickly, once the Kickstarter stuff came out, there was no reason really to get the second wave of it. I tried to get a few boxes, didn't get any, big hits from that, and it really kind of deflated how much I wanted to try to seek after these things, right? Now there's the whole issue with the other promos being in there, so there's all this extra goodies that you can only get that's trapped in that second printing.
Mm-hmm.
But it just was too hard and too difficult. There just was no reason to pursue that goal, right? Sometimes when you're looking at collecting a set, if it's too difficult to collect,
You're gonna give up.
you're going to give
eventually.
up, right?
Yep.
Going back to what you said about like buying the Kickstarter and then only buying a few bucks of the second wave, I noticed that with a lot of people.
Yeah.
They bought so much of the Kickstarter and then had like everything,
Mm-hmm.
and then only bought little bits of the like
But the second
official
printing,
set.
second printing wasn't for the players, right? The players who were there at the beginning, the Kickstarter was for the players because they already knew about it.
Yep.
They were going to get in and get those things that were special, unique because they were already there from the beginning. The second wave or the second printing of Origins was for all the new and future LGSs.
Yeah.
Right? Because if they get in and they're like, "Oh yeah, you missed out on the Kickstarter," it's like, "Well, I'm not carrying your product then."
Yeah.
Right? So that has to go out to the other locations, right? And it has to go to the newer spots where like, this is the base of the game, this is the beginning, right? This is where we do these things.
Oh no, I'm just stating what I noticed
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it right while we were on topic about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like that
But we
came
have to
out
also
and then it
remember-
was like,
The location we're in is one of the very first locations for Genesis.
Yeah.
Right? So Stevo's clientele is very much ingrained, they're ready to go, they're on top of everything, right?
mm-hmm.
He knows that he can sell a bunch of stuff, he can run a bunch of events, people will show up, people will
Yep.
be here. A new LGS that's never heard of the game, they need to be able to get product when they need it, right?
Get product and then pitch it, yeah.
Yeah, I think my focus as for Heads or Tails is trying to get newer players, right? Getting new players to join my existing community.
And that's tough, right? Because
It is,
your
sometimes.
LGS is very much you're very much in the big three, right? That's your bread and butter is the big three.
Yep.
I was reading an article like there's two, right? There's the big three that they may bring a fourth or a fifth game on if they feel that they have connection to it, which I would
Yep.
say you do with Genesis. And then there's other LGSs that'll be like they'll have every single game ever, and they'll just diversify. They'll just sit there, or they'll try to move it, right?
So they don't focus on it.
They don't focus on one thing, or
Mhm.
they'll
Or
just be
promote
like,
it.
"Oh, we're gonna have everything," and
Mhm.
yeah. So there's different styles of even the LGS like way that they work too, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah, 100% guaranteed. Like a lot of people call me up. I get a lot of phone calls. Oh, do you have MetaZoo, or do you have this game or that
Yeah.
game, right? And it's like, no, I don't carry it, right? It's like nobody's
fine.
really interested in coming in and playing it, right?
Right.
It's
That's
like
your
even with My
focus.
Hero Academia when it came out, and I know JC had introduced it to me, and because of Macatech's interest in the anime and that, and it's like, okay, well, I took the time to learn it, and JC had taught me, and we learned it, and I actually enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
But still, it's not my main focus. I do carry it
Yeah.
because with hope that maybe outside of like just the small handful
Right.
that somebody will actually want to
When
take
they
the
come
time
in,
to
they'll-
learn it
yeah.
or play it, right? But it's very, very difficult, especially when I've got mostly my focus on Genesis,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's like I push this more than any other TCG, right?
Right.
I don't have to worry about Magic or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
It just
It's
comes
there.
in,
It
it goes
goes
out,
out, yeah.
right? They have their communities, they play their tournaments here, etc. But trying to get this up to that level where I don't even have to worry about it anymore. The product comes in, I don't have to push it as much, I don't have to build the community as
Yeah.
much, right? And it takes a lot of stress off of the actual owner of the LGS,
Right.
So
But that's why you focus on the one, right? 'Cause
On the
that
one.
You can do that with one because you know the other three are
yeah.
good, and then you.
But I did have a lot of success with Genesis, from coming from the old store to this one, even building it and introducing it to a handful of players, and you guys
Mhm.
actually taking that from me and bringing more in yourselves, right? So which is a good thing because not only you, Sid, Yan, those players taking a passion for it, right, and
Yeah.
willing to help me out by teaching, right? So and that's how the actual community built.
Right.
A lot quicker than just doing it on my own. But I can admit from the first few years of actually building the community, it was such a struggle. It was so hard. And it's like we ran the demo days. We ran, the smaller, like even the 1 year anniversary event. It wasn't like
Right.
this big, huge, giant event. It was only like a handful of us, right?
Right.
Kind of thing planned, but it's trying to keep those players interested in playing the game and giving them the opportunity, letting them know that this game is not based on a specific meta, right? So I know we've always touched base on that. And it's like, oh, this is the meta. But when I look at it, meta is what everybody's playing.
Right.
However, this game, there are so many secret doors in
Yeah.
this game that people do not realize, and it's letting them know that they have equal opportunity to be at the same level as us, as heavy competitor
Which
players,
is,
right?
you know, that's a good point, because it's one of the things that actually
Exploring more than just...
it allows Genesis, you know, I think some of the demand for that has sort of died off. Yes, new product, new cards are very exciting, but if you think about it, we don't really know all the decks, right? You know, there's a lot of other games that get solved, you know, within 3 weeks of release, right?
Yeah.
This is the best deck, boom, go, done. We'll play these for 3 months, and then we'll go back and you do this all over again, right?
Right.
But I think with Genesis, there's so much that is unexplored that you can stretch those release points out, because not everything's solved. You don't really need new cards. There's still things yet undiscovered.
True.
Obviously, that's not how consumers work. We want the new things, we want more.
Yeah.
So I think trying to find that balance would be interesting. So.
It is a hard balance, because they're still looking back at cards that aren't even printed anymore, or not used, but can they be used in the future, right? And
Right.
It's like, nobody's really looking at the whole, like with the pillars and how the elementals work, right? Everybody's still saying, oh, elementals, because of this formula, etc., right? They're not really viable in the game anymore. They're not playable. But has anybody really tried it? Has anybody sat down and actually put together those style of decks, right, of older cards and stuff that people think is not playable anymore, right, because of the way the current meta is?
Jeff did, right? Jeff did the 50 quicksands.
Mentions a chicken deck that's just 50 Northern Ocells, and apparently it's quite difficult if you don't have AoEs.
Yeah, right? So
they're so cheap, right? You can play so many of them.
So many of them at a time. But then again, it's your draw. Like, there's so many things that affect the way the game is played. But, yeah. So in 2023, expect to see more of the experience of Genesis, which is a good thing. So I'm assuming by the experience is the play factor, getting more people interested in playing the game. Survival, it's madness. By showing to you. Okay, yeah, I think that's pretty much the gist of it. I hope they stick with this mission statement, is more or less what I want to call it.
Yeah.
Right. And some of the things, it's like one thing that we always say on our show, it's like, try to get your LGS involved in this. Let them have that experience of playing the game first, more so than looking at it for its collector value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
one of the things he mentions here, I believe it's in this post, but it mentions that Genesis was here before this boom.
Yes.
It survived doing a Kickstarter and being in the middle of the boom, and it's still, you know, we've still got signs that it's going on after this, you know, boom, right?
Has been around since before the TCG boom and survived its madness.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't think the boom is like fully over, right? Like, because we're still
It's
hearing
died
of
down,
newer
yeah.
stuff. It's died down a
the
little bit.
expectation that you're going to have $10,000 boxes on sitting on your shelf is pretty much gone.
Is gone, which is good, right?
And people are starting to open the product and then trying to play it and realizing that, you know, maybe there is no gameplay here, or
what do you mean? There's no gameplay?
not like Genesis. I mean, like
okay.
opening
The other
boxes
games.
of other games.
Yeah,
and
the other
like,
games.
oh,
And that.
you know, there was no gameplay here, or there, you know, oh, this, you know, wasn't necessarily right. So there is a bit of there's a coming down, right, and so.
Like, I think these companies, and one thing I know, like Haunted Castle is slightly a little bit guilty of it, is looking at those big three again, right, and trying to compete with them.
Yeah.
Right, rather than being their own individual company. Hey, this is what we want to do, right? Don't worry about what they're doing. You do what you got to do,
Right.
right? And moving forward with that.
Yeah.
Right. So, like I understand there's always competition, right? Everybody wants, hey, just look at us, right, kind of thing. But I think in this industry, it's impossible. It's impossible.
I think I can't remember where I heard it, but there's an idea that when you get to like Magic's level, they have to start doing things very differently because they have so many people involved in that game, right?
Right.
So there are 12 releases in a year, but 3 of those releases are for this group. 3 of these releases are for this level.
Well, it's because of the different formats.
One level is, for different formats, but even different like people, right? So you have like people who play. You have your sets for people who are playing. You have people who are collectors only. You have to have something released for them so that they buy into more product, right?
Like the collector boosters.
Or you have people who want something old, so you have to release something old for like the idea that they are so large that their release schedule is actually different target markets that they're trying to release each 3 months. That's why you have 12 things a year.
Yeah, it's just, it becomes
Right?
overwhelming at that point. I mean, it's like
Trying to do it all.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like Magic players are coming in, and it's like seriously another set, seriously another. It's like they can't recuperate from the last one, right? As far as their wallets to keep up with it, right? So they're gonna eventually
Either stop,
yeah,
move
like
on.
it would have to be, which is
And that's why you want to be different, right?
You want to be different. Yeah, I don't. It's a good thing. 2 sets, I think, at best a year for Genesis right now is great. It's a good step forward. I couldn't really foresee anything more than that.
Not at the breaknecks. Not like unless there's if we added an additional 3 times the play group, and then all of a sudden things are getting sought out and the best decks are being found a little bit faster, then you can sort of see maybe you need to keep things fresh. But I think, at least from my perspective right now, is that let's go with 2 sets, let's try that. But I'm really focused on what happens when we've gotten the card pool is getting big. There's still some cards from alpha and beta that are still being played today, right? How long is that card pool going to go, and when is that rotation, or when is that we've heard rumors of a rotation or a division of the card pool. What is that going to look like? What is that going to do? How is that going to be handled? Because I would love if we were to have an event where it's like no bolt shots, no chrono walkers, no tsunamis. I mean, that's a really exciting spot to be in because you're going to have a completely different type of deck.
Yep.
So I'm interested to see, because I can only assume that we're closer to that happening than further away from that happening, right? Every set we go.
Recently,
get
I don't know.
closer and
Well,
closer.
you got alpha beta, so you put that as 1. Welcome to J Rays. J2, we're not even going to talk that. Throw that in because that's all the same, right?
Stuff.
So you're still at 3.
Yep.
Right.
So your
and then
Origins
Origins is 4, and now you're at 5 sets. In,
Right. So what I'm saying is that you're probably 6, 7, 8 is closer than you were before, right?
Yeah.
So you're probably like, you're probably 2 to 3 sets. You're closer to than actually.
So well, Sid's already talked about it of going into like the next world kind of thing or whatnot, right? So
Whatever it
and
is,
then
yeah.
it's just more or less a division. So it's like you have your older players that want to stay playing that format.
Yeah.
Right, and then you look at a new format,
Yeah.
right? So, like whether they're changing the colors, pink, purple, or it wouldn't be purple. That's chaos.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever way
whatever
it is.
it
I'm
goes
excited
to,
to see
right?
where that
to
where
see
that
where
is,
what it happens. And I mean, after 5 years going, well, we still have Invasions, and I don't think it's going to switch after Invasions.
No.
You're looking at probably a couple of more sets, so you're still looking at easily
a year or 2 at least.
Year or 2. At
Yeah,
least.
no, that's what I'm
2
saying.
to 3
but,
years tops, right? Kind of thing.
It'll be interesting to see once we get to that point,
Right.
how many of those original cards are still being utilized.
Or would it be just like a 100% fresh start?
Could be.
Right. And it's like nothing carries over, so here's, boom, this is done. This is the last set for this block. The next, boom, you're starting. So then it's basically breaking it down to a standard, and then I don't know what you would call it.
Do you hear that? That's the rumor for the Magic is leading to this restart. That the story will actually end, and then there'll be a brand new story going forward.
New storyline? I haven't heard that, but that would be interesting.
Just the conspiracy theorists putting all these pieces together, all these planeswalkers being completed and all this stuff. Like there is like sort of like we're coming
dying
to this
off and
finality. There could be like a brand new story arc. So it's interesting to see what they do. But.
Yeah, and then it's a total chaotic world because they're leaning into next thing you know we're gonna have
That's the thing. The
Powerpuff Girls in there fighting against Ninja
Magic is no longer a world. It's just who knows?
Who knows, right? Like,
but yeah, I mean, like I said,
Transformers versus Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
when
Scooby-Doo.
I'm sure we've played with a number of Invasions cards. I think Invasions is going to be a very powerful set.
I think, we've already talked about that a little bit off camera about how the power level just keeps increasing more and more and more. And, like, it does eventually have to reach a breaking point, and it's like, okay, this is as high as we can go with this power level with this card pool, right?
Right.
It's like...
But even counterpoint to that, though, is that we still have Bolt Shot in a lot of decks. We still have Chrono Walker, Tsunami in a lot of decks.
Your staples.
Right, your staples.
They're more or less becoming the stapled cards.
So, we haven't pushed the power level so far that those cards aren't even being considered because we have, this crazy powerful card now to replace it.
Yeah.
So, there's still original cards are still in that. So we're still having a wide berth of the card pool, right? Mm-hmm. There are other games where a new set comes out and then the set before it is no longer, that decks that you were playing there are no longer viable in this new set's meta because
Digimon?
So many things are brand new, so many things are more powerful. But it's just like and sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like that too. Like a new set will come out and all of a sudden
a new set comes out and it's just like everything
this
before
deck, I'll trade in this deck to get this deck.
Guys are complaining because they spent $300-$400 on the entire. It makes it easier too on the design team though once it does stop, it gets to that point because now they have to this set's gonna come out Invasions. We're probably gonna find something that's like stupid, overly powerful, or ridiculous, right? Like I mean, even look at Epiphany, right? We had fought for so long.
Wrong one.
What are you doing, Ken?
I accidentally put it on the idle screen.
Okay. Well, no, we're still here, everybody.
Hi.
So like even with Epiphany, right? When the Future League first started, we totally ignored it.
Yeah.
Right? And then now look at the hassle we have with it to the point where they actually had to restrict it, even though they should have got rid of it. I know you're still fighting that. Even though you are an Epiphany, I should say.
It's been a long fight. I think I'm losing.
yeah, exactly, right? But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so it'll make it a little bit easier on the design team, so now they don't have to look at the next set. It's like, okay, now we have to find something to eliminate that, right? So, and they tried it with Epiphany. It's like you got Aura Purge, like a whole bunch of cards came out that would hopefully stop Epiphany, but did it really? Even limiting it at 4, not really. So it still has its same, not as effective, but somewhat of an effectiveness, right? So, but once they get to that end point, stop. Okay, this is it. This is all we're giving you. Have fun with that. Here's something brand new moving forward.
Right.
For Genesis. Right. Which is nice. Anyways. JC, check your audio.
That's from me.
Stream still has audio. Okay. All right.
JC's saying we're mute.
Can hear you now. Drop.
Interest. Seconds every once in a while. Alright, I will keep a very close eye on that.
It's been cutting out for a few seconds every once in a while. Aaron's saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep a close eye on that.
Okay.
Anyway. Do we have any other announcements that we wanted to do?
Yes, there is one more.
Yeah, I thought there was two
there
things.
Is?
He said there was two things.
Yeah. Well, there's one more on here, and then Joey is working on a secret that he's gonna drop before the end of the stream.
Oh.
Where do you say that?
In here. Side note, I'm trying to race to put something up on the site before the stream ends. That'll be a fun surprise.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
It's a very fun surprise.
Do you already know what it is? Okay. Kenny already knows.
Well, Kenny works for the company.
True.
This is
Okay.
gonna end up being like a
Your
2.5
tech guy
hour
probably knows
stream.
most of the answers to some of these things.
Genesis at your local game store.
It's very hard keeping my lips shut.
Yeah, tech guys are silent.
All right.
Genesis at your local game store. You've seen Genesis and would love to play it in person. Oh, you've seen Genesis and would love to play it in person. We hear you. It's one of the... Oh, wait. It's one of our favorite things, too. This page will be a great place to start. What am I hitting on yours? It's a great place to start for you and an LGS that you'd like to have carry the game. That's me. I can hear myself talking. 2 ways. Okay, next. Keep going.
Okay.
That's ordering products. We go back to that one in a minute. Great ways to get started. We know that bringing a new game, especially card game, into a store can be a big leap. Put together bundles to get various levels, including free trial kit to try the game and show the staff, an open house kit. What, really?
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, an open house kit for them, or an ambassador to run a learn to play day at the store. We did that.
Mm-hmm.
New store bundle. These are all new. If you've already fallen in love but still want to make the game will do, or make sure the game will do well on the shelf. Okay, next. Oh. Print play decks. Yeah, for Raha and Malik.
Join the game, join the community. Yeah. And their social medias. Okay, yeah. So there wasn't really too much on that side for that one.
Yeah, more just having I think it's just having an easier way to find how to get your games, because it's been in the Discord a few times where it's like, oh, I'm new to the game. I want to show it to my LGS. How do I do that, right? So
Okay.
that they're listening to what's happening into the Discord and into the community and responding with, okay, well, here's 3 ways to get your LGS up and running with Genesis stuff, right? So,
Right. One thing I know, like as you guys were talking about on Tuesday, you mentioned Jordan, the Scheming Skeleton, was mentioning about how is there a way to promote it outside of the Discord? Right. So one comment that I made afterwards, because I didn't watch it live, but is to promote the content creators.
Yep.
On different platforms.
Yeah.
Right. Not necessarily. I know everybody does have a tendency to turn towards Discord, but there's still a lot that's on like Facebook, YouTube. We're on YouTube, Instagram. I know not as many people use Instagram anymore, but Twitter, whatever. Right. Like there's a slew of platforms that they can promote. I'd say primarily content creators, right?
Yeah.
Those who have heavily invested in it, and I'm not saying it just for myself, right? But for other ones too, such as Jordan the Scheming Skeleton, or the Cardboard Cohorts or whatnot, right?
Or that Jeff guy.
Or that Jeff guy. Jeff is that Jeff guy. Like there are so many. Like promote them, give them that opportunity to not only gain attention, but to put out more Genesis content. Right?
Yeah,
So,
I think.
like even yourself, like are you still streaming on Twitch?
No.
You gave up on it?
My new job doesn't allow me a lot of time to plan ahead or think about those things, so it dropped off real fast, and then I haven't really thought about starting up again, because I had about 5 or 6 people watching every once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
but now that I've sort of taken the hosting duties for Exploring the Libraries, it's another night where it's like another trying to stream another option, another day. So
Mm-hmm.
for now, I think I'm focusing on trying to, build up the Exploring the Libraries. Do some more interview type things or hosting things, or
Mm-hmm.
trying to bring some different things to that show to help that viewership grow.
Yeah.
I may stream one every once in a while, like maybe when the next set comes out, do a couple box openings or something like that. But
Yeah.
I just don't have the time.
Yeah. I know.
To
That
commit
was
to that.
when we first started out too. Was time restrictions and trying to get
Yeah,
everything
and
planned. It's a lot of organizing and planning.
A lot
right?
of
So
organizing, planning, and then
put a lot
you
of
know,
effort into doing it.
So that's why I thought maybe some podcasts, but even now we're having troubles trying to coordinate getting the podcast to record and all these things. So
Having two people's schedules in consideration, let alone three, I can
Three,
just
yeah.
imagine, right? So, because I know Sid and I were trying to do the two champions on a stack of cards we initially started out. I wanted to do it every Sunday, and then he's like, "Well, I can't really do every Sunday," so we had to go every other Sunday, and then it was like, "Okay, well, we had to miss a week because of this schedule." Or it's so difficult, right? So
Ended up being once a month.
yeah, actually, it fell off the face
Well,
of the
yeah,
earth
I know,
altogether,
but-
right? I mean, I think mostly because of COVID, etc., whatnot. But I mean, it is a huge challenge. But
seems to be good.
doesn't cut
Yeah.
out again.
Good
Okay.
job.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
Technician.
moving forward, they haven't added. You took the site down, so Joey was supposed to have added. You have to give us a heads up, Joey, and let us know if you've got that completed, so we can share it.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it. You keep doing your topics.
So no, I think that was basically about
Coming
it.
to the
I
end
mean,
here.
what's that?
I think we're coming to the end of our topics, right?
Ooh.
Hour and a half in.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
he's almost
8:30.
done, he said.
Okay, he's almost done. All right, we'll give him a few more minutes.
I mean, you could.
Couple minutes.
Well, we have our packs.
Yeah, so we were gonna do something really fun tonight. We're gonna do who opens the best packs
Okay.
between Mac Attack, Will Kemp, and myself. So
This is Pack Wars. Pack
Kinda.
Battle. No, this is Pack Wars. We've been calling this Pack Wars
so
since the
Will's
beginning.
gotta have the Satir, and I'll let you choose. Do you want Alta or Essa?
Alta.
Yeah.
Okay, gotta get my Essa. I wanted Essa. So what are we gonna base this on? Just rares?
I think we
I don't
usually do.
I'm playing your game. This is your
Best-
rules.
My rules. Best playable pack.
Most playable pack.
Best playable pack. I have to really reach over. You're gonna have to move over, so Will's gonna be in the center.
There you go. Yeah, you put them on like those crosshairs.
I don't know. I got a 3/3, and it doesn't. None of your cards kill me, so I think I'm winning.
Well, it's not that kind of pack wars.
Knock back. Best common in this game.
Spinning back.
Knock
That's
back.
what I was gonna say. Base it on the thing. Hologram. Let's
No.
play it.
Aw. We all got cute ones.
I got a landmine.
Underplayed card.
I just won
Very
this one.
underplayed. Earth name.
Fucking Vortex.
Oh, am I supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Get me
Every
away
time you-
from here.
Mufasa.
It's Mufasa. I got a Warp Strike. That's highly played.
Uncommon Fiduta Swarm. Swarm baby.
Called shot.
swarm.
Why is half my
Fiery
pack
Frog.
upside down?
Quality control.
Are we going rares now?
Yeah.
Oh, we're already in rares. First rare. Oh, the Fire and Krog wins that for sure.
Not the Lunging Assault?
No.
Electropheromones, Water Warp. I think I gotta give it to Water. Oh, Wind Delay's pretty good.
Wind Lakes.
Essa.
Chasm. It's behind there. It's there.
Oh, you got a token.
Yeah.
Soup.
Foil.
Foil.
Whoa.
I guess.
Foil.
Well, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Kinsman.
I know, right? It's like, so we got a
As you
foil.
I'm done with my pack.
That's it?
Yeah.
Right.
Firehand.
Dancing Stream.
Draw break.
Taser face.
Taser Face. Dedicated Studies.
Taser face.
I don't know. Who got that?
I don't know.
The
Yeah,
foil?
yeah, I
No.
won, yeah.
Play it.
That foil.
The
No.
foil's not.
Go back to
I got
Vortex.
4 playables. You got Water Warp, Knockback, Warp Strike,
Called
Vortex.
Lion.
Vortex.
Landmine.
Knockback, and your foil is playable too. Strong foil.
Pummel. If you're playing ESA, for sure.
I think Steveo wins. Yeah, dedicated, called
Dedicated,
shot,
Lion.
Earthrain, pummel, and a warp strike. It's a good pack.
Yeah.
Who
Wing to
would-
late. Well, I put the wing to late in there, not as much as I'd say the Ahayam has seen a lot of play recently.
Got a
Especially,
good awareness.
yeah, especially Benji, right? Okay, you want Satir again?
Yeah.
Alta or Sarah? We have to give Satir to Will.
Yeah.
Brought Satir to
Audio
top
went
16.
again in 5 seconds or so. Jeez, we're on audio watch now.
Jesus, Kenny, what's
So
going
because we're
on?
hitting the table. Well, I don't think they had mics like that back in here.
It still had like the old radio ones.
These big telephones, big block telephones with antennas. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I remember the original cell phones, man. There were these big ass honking
Bricks.
freaking things, right? That people carried in a satchel around their.
My
Yeah.
grandfather had a car phone. It was
I
wired in.
don't remember.
Car
those.
phone was
I
wired
don't, I
in.
don't remember those.
Oh,
Paint him.
Blood rush on.
Look at his face.
Mufasa number 2.
Yeah. Backstep. Oh, we tied on that one. Blood's good. Slippery.
Limited bomb.
Draft bird
good.
goat thing.
What?
Draft bird.
Draft bird goat.
It's so good. It's crazy good in draft.
Oh, and draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slippery.
Limited.
Clone.
Yep.
I jump.
I think I win. Right there.
Yeah.
Sure.
He pulls it. That's your own card, isn't it?
Yeah.
Warp strike.
Warp strikes is so good.
Poor
lava.
dog.
Terrible memories.
Yeah, you win.
Terrible
me?
memories.
Yeah.
Actually, that is really good.
Yeah.
It's
Emergent
underplayed.
Oh, Emergent
Oh,
Worm.
Yeah,
Emergent
okay,
Worm.
easy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Mac Tax
Easy.
got this one.
Big Yuta.
Yeah, Alpha.
Who else doing one?
Dancing
Tombstone.
Frog.
Stab.
Turkey.
Turkey chicken.
Turkey chicken. Dancing Storm.
Dedicated studies.
And a dedicated.
Dedicated.
Nice.
Yeah, Mac Attack
Yeah.
got that one for sure.
Stack pack.
Okay. Wait, what?
Stack attack, did you say?
Stack pack.
Oh.
Stack
Pale-
attack.
Stack attack.
Should be my name for next week.
Pillaraf.
Oh.
Can we
Pillaraf.
cut out again?
What is that?
Draft bird.
The draft bird. Let
What?
me see that card.
Draft goat bird.
So good in draft, eh?
Draft.
This is 7 chi though. Action for okay, that's the back end. Water attack of
No,
5.
Just standing behind you and just let it hit from behind.
Oh, it's a defensive card more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take
I
out
didn't realize
summons.
this awareness was too forward like that with a
Mhm.
missing spot. So you can attack from a distance.
Attack from a
still,
distance,
and
play
you can also
defensively.
yeah,
does a
exactly.
lot of
all
things.
that's yours.
Draft bird. If you're in blue.
Yeah. Yes, sir, sir. You're taking
Wow,
S this time.
years, eh? What, did you do that on
Yeah,
purpose?
I did that for
You didn't bring me one kasha. You notice that?
What's that?
Great in Minot
You
also.
didn't bring
yeah,
over
yeah.
a kasha.
Oh, okay, I just grabbed random for the rest.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I figured that's what it was.
Backstep. Air shield.
Big Yuta. Best
Which
card ever.
shined, eh, at the championship
Yeah.
in Ollie's deck. Cleansing waters. Yeah. Boom, electric strike.
Draft bird.
Vampiric
Another
Kiss.
one. There you go. Cold
Protective
shot.
barrier.
Oh,
Good card.
that one.
Yep. I got a protective barrier too, though.
Horror
Fair.
purge.
Slippery.
Hellchasm.
Divine Blessing.
Water warp. Electrical storm. Ooh,
Lunging
pretty
Assault.
good. Calculated assault.
That one.
Trauma photopia.
Yeah.
Inferno crawler's pretty good. I think Steve's got this. But not.
Token.
Zero.
Turkey.
Rhinovirus.
Nose.
Locked.
Firm break.
Agility.
Slum rats.
Warp.
And
Death Eater.
Death Eater.
oh, last card's pretty good.
Didn't mind.
Yeah.
So
Death
Death
Eater's
Eater, of course.
Yeah, Inferno and Electric, I
Yeah,
think.
it's pretty good.
Decent pack. Barrier called shot.
Nice.
Yeah, so there we have it.
Hey, we got 9 packs, 1 foil.
9 packs, 1 foil. No epics.
No, yeah, no epics. That was
No
weird.
epics, yeah. However,
I
these...
need to buy the rest of the packs from that box.
It was a fresh box. Actually, Kickstarter too at that. So those are Kickstarter packs, which is really interesting. So Joey, you got it. Are you ready?
Come on, Joey.
With the walls.
Oh, he is done, he says.
He says he's done. Okay, let's take a look here really quick before we
I don't see it.
sign off.
All right.
I don't see
so
it either.
He's told me to let you try to find it.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
You guys
We only have 5 minutes.
tell me where to navigate
5
to.
minutes.
Is there
We're way over
wait, is
time.
that face always been that way? That
Yes.
diamond in the middle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at everything now.
Right? Okay. Is this the main
Yeah,
site?
scroll down.
This is the main site. You can find it on the main page.
On the main page.
What's
okay.
that one?
We'll scroll
you
through
saw that
all
one?
the carousels.
No, that one.
Seen that one?
No, not that one.
Local store.
No, not that one.
Yeah.
Keep
What's
going.
that one?
We already
That's the
did that
awareness
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if it's in there?
Ordinance. They said it was on the
It
He
is
said it's
not.
on the main page.
Okay, well then keep going. No, it's not. That's a lie.
Are you sure about
You
that?
lied to us.
downloads.
Downloads. That's new.
Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. I don't have this displaying. Better put that up before you even look at it.
Downloads.
Downloads.
Yay, what's this one?
She's hot. What?
Battle cry art though, Joey.
Let's have a
Come
little
on, battle cry
fun.
art.
Right? That's like the best.
Okay, 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 okay.
Wallpapers. Here we go. This is awesome. Let's have... I can't read it, Mackenzie. Oh my god.
Let's have a little fun. It doesn't all have to be about the cards. There's so many more ways to appreciate the many layers of Genesis, and we wanted to create and share some of those here. Keep checking back as we'll add new downloads and fun extras on a regular basis. Hey, we have posters.
Posters, yes.
I have my my clip from the 2021 Origins spoiler that I took
Hopefully a
off
notification
YouTube.
doesn't pop up while I'm showing this, but Bacteriophage has been my wallpaper for the past, 2 years.
Look at this. Invasions.
Ooh.
Angel of Revenge.
That's what it was! I saw that up on a screen in the top 8 room. I saw that one.
Wow.
That was
As a wallpaper.
Oh, you
Bolt
get
shot,
bullshot.
I already have Bullshot as my wallpaper.
Mobile.
You
So
do?
you can get
Oh, with the
4K
other one.
4K.
4K, mine's a little fuzzy because
Ooh,
A limb.
the limb.
I know what I'm doing. I get home.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
Downloading the 4K. Ooh.
I know, I love
Right?
that.
The limb?
Ooh.
I've never seen the
I
full
haven't
art.
either.
What? Oh, you went around in Jay.
Oh.
Oh, these.
And
That's,
then connect with us.
yeah.
Nice.
That is awesome. Yeah,
Whoa.
that's...
Spoiler. Angel of Revenge.
Yeah.
Angel
So that's
of
like the
Revenge.
third or fourth potential angel we've seen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's got like a freaking hole
That
in his
is-
chest.
Who did
Also
that? Whose
forearm.
art is that? Joey, if you could tell us really
Forearms.
quickly if you know who the artist is for that.
He's missing his chest.
Yeah, he's got a hole
That
for
is
him.
gorgeous, though. Like, it doesn't say on it, eh? Who the artist is. Oh look, he's already- Kenny's already putting it into his computer.
He's like, I gotta do this now.
That's not 4K.
What do you mean?
That's not 4K.
What do you mean
You're
it's
not
not
4K.
4K? It's not 4K.
Maybe it's 4K. I don't know. How does 4K work?
Yeah.
This is
I'll add those to the page. 1 sec.
You have an alien sticker. Teach us.
Add what to the page?
Probably
so
the artist.
4K is just high res.
I'd asked him to
Looking
let
at
us know
this
who the
image,
artist is.
it's if I were to zoom in, since this is a 1080p screen, it should be sharp all the way like
it's Phillips.
into
He
a
thinks
quarter.
it's Phillips.
So it looks like
Well,
the
either
full-
which way,
The
that's
full
it.
one there. It
It's
looks like
still
it's got
on.
some like fire coming off there. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's in the purplish blackish range. So must be the chaos.
No,
No, I think that's Thymos.
that's Thymos. It's got to be
Ooh,
Thymos.
yeah, more red. Yeah,
Red
yeah, I see that. Thymos.
in
yeah.
fire. Yeah. Even though Thymos has the earth pillar and not the fire pillar.
It is not
But
Philip, he says.
not
I
Philip.
want to see if we can try and find the signature, because normally they hide a signature on the card, right?
Guess the artist. Ooh.
Guess the artist is.
I'm
Maybe.
staying out of this one.
I don't know.
I don't
feel
care.
like
Either
that-
which way.
I feel like
It's Mikhail.
Oh, is it?
Who's
Mikhail?
that?
Oh wow! I would have said Carl, but maybe I'm off on that one. Just with
Well, you are.
You are. It's not Carl.
Maybe I'm off. Yeah, just a little
I
bit.
disagree.
Well, there you have it,
I'm a little
everybody.
off.
So we got to take a look at a couple of our pieces, a couple of new cards.
I'm going to
and
get that Proteus
the-
wallpaper later.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The future outlook for Haunted Castle games and what they have in store for Genesis this upcoming year. Be sure to check them out at www.genesisbattleofchampions.com, which we were just showing here tonight on the screen.
It is 4K. It's just not showing it properly.
Check them out on Facebook as well. Be sure to tune in to all the content creators that are running Genesis content, especially this guy's show every Tuesday evening on Exploring the Libraries.
On a castle show that I host.
What's that? It was Haunted
Not
Castle.
my show.
It's not your
What's
show.
the
Well,
Instagram?
tune in. So be sure every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, just like ours is supposed to be. We stream tonight instead
That's it.
due to issues. Oh, you want to hear a really sad story? You know what I'm missing now?
Uh-oh.
All my uncut sheets.
No, stop bringing
From
it
that? You
up.
lost them all?
I think so, yeah. There's some in the back I haven't checked, but all the I know for sure 100% all the Kickstarter ones are gone. Yeah, everything. Like, and the other ones weren't even.
We're gonna
in
start
it.
a GoFundMe to get Steveo his
Please.
uncut sheets back.
Yeah, all my
If
uncut
anyone has
sheets.
any that they're going to throw out in the garbage,
Why would you do that?
Yeah, why?
someone
Stop.
just don't go on the
There
Discord.
was one
Just don't go on the
person
Discord.
who was- I mentioned that earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you we'll replace. We'll see if we can find some replacements.
Well, I was about to
Yeah,
ask if I could show
yeah,
this
all the
already on
uncut
the
sheets.
internet.
Yeah,
Thank
it's-
God.
I was just
my
about to be
other
like, am I allowed to
collection
show this
is
here?
fine, but anyway,
There's one more thing.
We do.
what?
Just before we go, there's one more
Joey
thing.
told us that there is an Instagram spoiler, and lucky for us, I have
Did you find it?
Instagram. Yeah,
Okay.
I did. Don't blink. You're not allowed to blink. Stop blinking. Everyone, stop.
I'm
Stop.
blinking.
Stop. Stop
I'm still
blinking. No.
I'm blinking a lot.
Card
I'm actually
pitch.
blinking more.
Stop. Card pitch season starts Monday.
Card pitch season?
Yeah, so you know how they do their card pitches, they contest, and they add pitches in. This time there's not a contest, not a winner. You're just going to be pitching ideas, and we're going to be talking about them on the ETL.
Oh, okay.
So that is
Have it.
one of the ones
Have
that was
this-
won before.
I don't know how
think
well
it's
it's gonna-
Steve's.
It's not doing
Okay.
it very well,
Well-
but it is also on the fan Discord. You
Oh.
can check it out on there too.
Because
Yeah,
we're
go
not going to
there.
have anything left for
So-
spoiler season. All the stuff's getting announced.
With the serious Weeping Angel vibes, I had to go for the Doctor Who's reference. Anyway, put on your thinking fez,
Because fezzes are cool.
because pitch season is back.
It's a pass.
What is a
The
fez?
hat.
Oh,
Oh, it's a
Style
hat.
hat.
The
Okay.
Doctor
Okay.
Who thing.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
why. Try your hand at card design, and your ideas may become a future card. Like, is there a bunch more like Doctor? Yeah, there is. There's a bunch
Okay,
of
it's a
more
bunch of
Doctor
Doctor
Who.
Who
Guess it, because there is this one that
Weeping
he's just
Angel.
spoiled, but there is one more already in the game.
I have a question about the one that we
The
just
TARDIS.
read.
The stupid Stone Protector.
Yeah.
Has the TARDIS built into it.
What?
Yep.
The Stone Protector has the TARDIS.
Yeah, it has the light on top, and it's a TARDIS reference.
Anyways.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and-
Yeah,
Casey
yeah.
Stone's a really powerful card.
Yeah.
Sure. So
From Future League. Awesome card.
we can actually like think of things for cards, send them in, and they might.
They might get
Pitching ideas, and they're
become.
going to.
got in. That's
Yeah.
how Casey Stone, right?
Yeah, which is a really awesome thing that Haunted Castle
Hari.
does for engaging with their community. They allow them to pitch different ideas, flavor text, contests, etc., like that as well. So check them out. Get involved. Get your LGS involved. Play the game and enjoy it for what it is. We love it. We talk about it all the time. And yeah. I think that's pretty much about it. Like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate all your support. And hopefully we will see you all back on the show next Thursday. We're gonna try for Thursday. We're aiming for Thursday.
We're gonna attempt it.
Yeah.
As long as we can read dates.
What?
I said as long as
Well,
we
no,
can
I
read
mean
dates.
it's been pretty hectic here at Heads or Tails
Yeah, it
Gaming
has.
with the incident that happened over the holidays, etc. That we had already talked about on previous shows. But be sure to check out all the other content creators for Genesis Battle of Champions. I want to give a shout out to Jeff Pizzito, really awesome guy, good friend of mine, etc. Check him out in his collectors in cars cracking packs. I can never say it really fast. Anyways, so on behalf of One Side of the Coin, I'm Steveo the Gamer.
Back tack.
And thank you so much, Will Kemp, for
anytime.
joining us on the show. We really appreciate it and love having you come out and chat. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.